What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do an install video, new suspension part, and this is from BWoody Performance, the lower end links. So let's go look at what we got. Let's just get right into it. Let's make this video short and sweet. So the company that we're working with today is BWoody Performance, specializing in aftermarket parts using the highest quality materials available. So they do a lot of suspension stuff. They also do intakes and whatnot, especially like there's a Hellcat. But they do a lot of Mopar. I think they do other stuff too, but you pretty much, if you got a Mopar, something modern, they have some stuff for you. So anyway, today we're going to be doing the end links on both the front and the rear of the car. So here's the front and here's the rear. I'll be able to give you a comparison when I get the factory one off. You can see I've already done the one side of the car just as practice for the video, but substantial difference in thickness from the factory. And what these are going to do, less chance of deflection going around the corners. So these are much beefier, so they should not flex as much, which should translate into better handling. These cars have pretty good sway bars from the factory. You really can't improve on them. Buying aftermarket ones is kind of a waste of money. But the cheap end links that came on the car, you know, they're more geared towards comfortable ride and whatnot. But you know, the 4,500 pound car going around the corners, you feel the weight. So hopefully these will make the handling of the characteristics of the car just a little bit better. So let's go ahead and move to the driver's side front wheel well and take the factory one out. Okay, so if you take a look kind of center screen right here, this is the factory end link, and there's just two bolts, one on either side, 21 millimeter, that we're going to take out, and yeah, it's pretty much as simple as that. So let me get some gloves on and start working on it. Okay, so the top bolt for the end link will kind of just spin if you get it with a like an impact wrench. So behind it you can take like a pair of vice grips and grab a hold of it, and then that'll allow you to get the bolt off. Let me go ahead and get it started. Yeah, at this point, it isn't going anywhere. It's just spinning. Let me see if I can get a, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get an angle where I get the, yeah, the shock is kind of in the way. Let me get it on there and then I'll just show you where I got it. Okay, so if you see the vice grips right there, they're just kind of clamped on to the other side. There's a boot there because this is a it's like a greased fitting here that actually articulates, which the new one won't, but I guess that's okay. So now I'll just hit this now with the impact. Actually I already did, and it's almost off. So I think, yeah, I can't quite get it with the fingers, but let's see. There it is. Alright, so that one's off. You can see the bolt, the new bolt there, and then you can just push this through. So there it is. Now we just have left the bottom one, which is right there. This one, at least on the other side, I was able to just come in got the lower end link out on the front. Here it is. I did have to take vice grips on both the upper and lower on this side. I guess the torque wrench just overtook it on the other side, but it's out now, and let's compare it to the one we're going to be putting in. Okay, so let's get this one out of the way. Here is the factory one next to the BWoody one. So, and you can just see how much larger this one is. I opted to go for the ones with the grease fittings. They don't, we don't have to get that, but these are more, I think they'll last longer, and you can obviously grease them without taking them off. So, can't remember how much extra it was. It wasn't too bad, 15 bucks or something like that. These are side dependent, so you'll have to look at the factory one. Tells you if it's left hand or right hand. You just kind of look at the shape and figure out which one is the left and which one's the right. It does come with new hardware, which is these right here, and some washers. So let's go ahead and get this one in. Okay, so the instructions say to use like a bronze never sees or copper never sees on the bushing face. So I have it in around here and also down in the hole. So they supply washers and these new bolts. So now that I got that through, I'll go ahead and make a mess, and I'll go ahead and we'll get this in the back in the factory spot. Okay, it's real tight in here and hard to show this off, guys, but I got the BWoody lower end link installed. See, it's got the new hardware, some copper never sees or anti-seize on there. It's torqued down to 85 foot-pound-feet of torque on both bolts. So the front is installed. So let's go ahead and move to the rear. Alright, here we are at the back of the car, and you can see right here is the lower end link. So it's there's just a bolt up top with a nut on the back of it, and then also down at the bottom. Now I've already taken the one on the bottom off. Here's the bolt and the nut, and this on the rear you reuse this, so do not throw them away. They're going to be used with the new hardware or with the new end link. So let me go ahead and work on getting the top bolt out, and then we'll be ready to go right into the new end link. And just a quick look, because my neighbor decided to do some yard work. The fronts are a little more substantially, significantly thicker than the backs, but this still looks like it's twice as thick. So pretty cool. So all right, let's get these in. Okay, rears are installed, and you can see the grease on the grease fitting. I've pumped this one for the grease, and it should be all set. Get that done on both bottom and the top. So this makes all four installed. So let me go ahead and let's get the tires back on the car and take it for a test drive and see what my initial impressions are. So much better. Can actually kind of power through the corners. Car feels about to tip over or run off the road. Welcome back. It's been a few days since I installed the lower end links, and I just want to give a quick early impressions on how this modification's gone, and you know, if I would recommend it, things of that nature. So far, the car has felt, I will say, going around corners, it's felt a lot flatter. You know, we going around the corner before, car kind of had a tendency of kind of getting a little, I don't know, you know, you get that impression that you're driving a boat, you know, that feeling on the water type of thing, where you just don't really feel confident in the corners. And I would say it's greatly improved now. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you know, there's only so much physics-wise you can do to a car this big and heavy. But I will say that these lower end links have really flattened the car going around the corners. You know, you feel a lot more inspired, and you feel like you have the confidence to take them, you know, harder than before. So for the investment made on these, so far I'm pretty happy with them. So, you know, if you've been on the fence about it, I would go ahead and pull the trigger. You can wait, you know, for a major holiday. BWoody does do sales and stuff like that. I actually have had these sitting in my garage for quite a long time. I actually bought them back in like November. I just hadn't put them in. No good excuse, but I bought them on like a Black Friday sale or Cyber Monday or something like that. So, but having said that, they do offer multiple styles. They do their own custom powder coating, so you can get whatever color pretty much you want. I just went with black because it's under the car and it was, you know, no extra charge. And then they do offer, I believe they offer them for cars that have been lowered. So if your car has been lowered, they have ones that specifically put your car back in like the correct alignment for that. This car will not be lowered unless it's on air suspension, just because of how bad I scraped the front bumper. Even, you know, really trying not to in certain areas is just unavoidable. So I'm not lowering the car, and I'm not static lowering the car. If it's ever gonna be lowered, it's gonna be able to be adjusted. It's gonna be adjustable on the fly. So, but that's not really what this video is about. But you know, I would go ahead and recommend these. And you know, the install is easy. Anyone can do it. It's just a couple bolts. You need minimal tools that you know, if anyone who has a garage, they probably already have everything you need. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. So far, highly recommend lower end links. You know, BWoody sells them. I think SpeedLogix has some, but yeah, I've dealt with BWoody before with previous cars, and never had a product that I wasn't happy with. So anyway, go ahead and hit that like button if you like the video. You know, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Hoping to get some more stuff going more consistently, and would like to see the subscriber base, you know, increase. So and you know, definitely give me some feedback on my videos if you know, there's certain things I can do better, and everything like that. So all right.